Good afternoon everyone, I'm Todd-Wood, Brands Development Manager for Maxxium UK. Today we'd like to discuss and talk about Bols Genever. I'd like to firstly thank Roop and Chris here at Manhattan 34 Bar in Leicester for letting us hijack their bar, and secondly introduce you to UK Bols Ambassador John Clay, who's going to be kind enough to make us a few drinks for this afternoon. So without further ado, I'll pass you over to John.
Thank you very much, Steve. So I'm here to introduce you to Genever if you've never heard of it, don't know anything about what it is. Genever is a category of spirit which basically gave birth to gin. The Bols Genever and Lucas Bols Company has been around since 1575. It's the world's oldest distilling company, distilled spirits company, and they've been making their Genever since 1664. Genever is something that we reintroduced in the UK in 2008. The spirit is very much alive in Holland, and I'm going to show you two cocktails, two of my favourite cocktails, which kind of show off the way that Genever works best in cocktails, where I think it works best. So I'm going to make two drinks for you. The first one is called the Maltese. It's going to be served straight up, so obviously I'm going to chill the glass first. It's basically a twist on a classic drink called a mulata, which combines lime juice, cacao, and grenadine rich. It's about that fusion between citrus juice and chocolate. Really, that's the essence of the drink. So first off, I've got some fresh lime. It's about 15 milliliters there. And then I'm going to use equal parts of a cacao white, which is a chocolate liqueur, and a pomegranate liqueur. So 10 mils of the cacao, and then 10 mils of the pomegranate, and then a big slug of Bols Genever, 40 milliliters. Bols Genever is based on what we call a malt wine. It's basically a white whiskey, is what you could equate it to. It's corn, rye, and wheat, which is fermented and then distilled. But unlike American whiskey, say, it's not aged. And that's the heart of what Bols Genever is. It accounts for around 60% of the liquid on top. We're then just going to put in some egg white. And we're just going to shake that up nice and hot. The egg white there is going to give it a lovely texture, a lovely froth. As the citrus blends with the egg white, you wrap air inside it and create this lovely frothy texture. I'll give that a taste myself. It's just on the sharp side, which is exactly how I want it, because then I'm just going to dust it on the outside with a little cacao powder, which again is going to give you another texture as you come to sip it from the glass. So I don't want it to be a sweet, chocolatey drink, but those chocolatey notes really help lift the malt flavour of the Genever. I'm going to grab the fourth one. Trying to get as much of that froth out as possible. And then lastly, just for aroma more than anything else, a little spray of orange oil over the top. So that's the Maltese. I'll put that to one side. The second drink that I'm going to make for you is called the Trading Terms. The Trading Terms is a drink from inspired by the spice trade, which is what Bols Genever is ultimately connected to. The Dutch, during the age of discovery, which was the quest for control of the monopoly of the spice trade. So think things like ginger, clove, black pepper, cinnamon, things that really drove the world to discover the new lands of the Americas and the new sea routes passages through to areas of Indonesia. So the spice route and that spice trade history is intricately connected to Genever. That's something I like to play on. So I'm going to be using these bitters, which are very heavy with clove and ginger and cinnamon. These are going to form part of the basis for the flavor profile of my drink. So 4 or 5 dashes, and then going to add in again 40 milliliters of Bols Genever. Then I'm going to add in some pineapple juice and some grenadine. So it's like a classic sort of fruity, almost tiki style drink, because Genever works in a very similar way when it comes to cocktails as rum can. Jamaican rum in particular has this ability to stand up to quite heavy, quite strong flavors, and it's the maltiness of Genever, that malt wine base, which enables Genever to do exactly the same thing. So it can be great for developing cocktails that are a bit fun and a bit bright and vibrant. It's great for classic cocktails as well. I mean, ultimately, Genever is a classic spirit and very popular in cocktails from the 1800s and 1900s, but it's great for contemporary style cocktails as well. Just going to measure in some lime juice in there. About 20 mils. Shake this one up. I'm going to set this one on the rocks. So, I'm going to fill my glass now. Always at the top. Quick shake. You don't want to introduce too much dilution in there because there is obviously ice in the drink. All I'm looking for is a bit of texture and just to bring it down slightly. So, this bright pink colour. And then just finishing that for aroma, again, a piece of orange peel. Just going to tuck in the side, a nice sprig of mint, which on aroma is just going to freshen the whole drink up. And there we have the trading terms. Thank you very much. Bruce.